Welcome to the Bellingham-Whatcom County League of Women Voters interviews of candidates for the school board for Nooksack Valley School District 2. The League is a nonpartisan organization. We never support or oppose a party or a candidate. My name is Michelle Kopsha. My guest is Britt, who is a school board candidate. We are asking both candidates for this office the same 3 questions. Each candidate has 2 minutes to answer, and the responses are timed. This video of candidate Lentz's responses will be on the League's website until after the general election, November 4th, 2025. Candidate Lentz, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview and seeking to serve in public office.
Thank you very much for putting this on and giving individuals the opportunity to reach the public. I'm very grateful.
Great. Your first question is, and you have 2 minutes to respond, what specific issues or goals inspired you to run for Nooksack Valley School District Board?
Very good question. There's a lot of them that attribute to going through the thought process of running. Obviously, that's not something that somebody just jumps into. For me, it's been probably a 5 or 6 year process, at least, at looking at doing this. Some of the biggest issues that I have going into this is I think that the school need to stay in tune with and stay up to date with what's best for the students. And what do I mean by that? I mean that whether kids are going to college or whether they want to go to a tech school or whether they want to just jump straight into the job force, I think one of the biggest focuses that needs to happen as we're in this ever evolving, arena as far as jobs go for these kids. We want to make sure that these kids have the best opportunity when they get there. So as it's shifting more from a college environment to a tech school environment, I think that the high schools need to move along with that. That's probably one of my biggest points in the reasoning of why to run, let alone that obviously I'm here for the kids. I'm super excited about getting the opportunity if it happens. And thank you.
And your second question, what is your philosophy on academic curriculum decisions, particularly around culturally responsive education and representation?
I guess I would have to ask you to define your question a little more. I don't fully understand what you're asking there.
Well, let me reread the question.
Okay.
What is your philosophy on academic curriculum decisions, particularly around culturally responsive education and representation?
I take it that you're asking what kind of curriculum should be introduced. I'm taking that as I think that curriculum should be solely thought of as what's going to be best for the children. What's going to be best for these kids, what's going to prepare them best for life. If I'm understanding your question correctly, I think that the curriculum and the education piece to that has to be in preparation of what is going to prepare them best to become the best they can be as far as in life, and also as far as education and academics for their work future. And I think that would be basically what I would feel on that.
Okay, final question. How do you plan to engage families, educators, students, and community members in participating in our schools, whether that be in decision-making, volunteering, supporting, or the many ways our district is made better by wide participation in a district covering distinct communities in Everson, Nooksack, and Sumas?
I think that's a great question. I think that's something that I have a lot of experience in. Over the past 25, almost 30 years, I've been dedicating and donating a lot of time up there at the school district through things like the old dog program, which was Dads on Guard, which would have fathers come into the school districts, and especially at the younger ages of the kids, and be there and just be a part of the kids' lives. And I think that's a phenomenal program. And programs like that are a big deal. I think that it brings the community in, it connects the community. It also allows the teachers to get to know a lot of the community, which is a big deal. Also, there's the pieces that I just went to a meeting the other day. Actually, it was a fundraiser for an entity that allows youths to get mentors and to bring mentors into their lives. And I think programs like that are phenomenal. And I would absolutely support programs like that that allow more connection within the community to these individual kids. It comes down to one thing. It's all about the kids. I mean, plain and simple. I know that's easy to say, but that's a reality. And whatever we can do to make these kids lives better and also allow them to be more successful in life with hope, because a lot of times, a lot of these kids need hope. I also coached for over 25 years, so I have been a mentor and around a lot of these kids a lot. Parents and individuals would be amazed at what these kids go through on a daily basis. And I'll tell you what, to allow them to have people from the outside to come in and tell them that things are going to be okay. And you know what, also to build them up a little bit and give them some of that hope, some of that excitement that these kids should have in their lives to get them prepared for their future.
Once again, thank you for giving the public this insight into your views and values. Viewers, please remember to vote on November 4th. Ballots must be postmarked by that date, and if you do plan to use the mail, make sure you get that ballot in 5 to 7 days ahead of that date to assure that you have it postmarked by that date. Ballots that are placed in an election drop box must be submitted by 8 p.m. that day. For more information, see votewa.gov. That is votewa.gov. Thanks very much for listening, and remember to vote.